What are the first steps you do to instill the journey towards $1 million?
Great question. Sometimes as simple as amplification. We had one of our inner circle members the other day. He's like, he wrote this long thread, essentially asking for analysis as to whether he should make change or not. But he didn't put the ROI. Followed up, I just go, hey, what's the ROI on this? He said, we're at a 7X right now. I said, dude, spend more money. Like, you don't need to do anything else. Don't change a thing. He was asking, like, what should I change? I'm like, dude, you don't need to fucking optimize shit here. You need to spend more money. To be clear, like, sometimes it's genuinely that simple. Like, we can come in and just be like, okay, like the funnel you got right now works. Like, I just spend more money on it. A good example of things that aren't scalable, like DM strategies. Okay, so like one thing we see that some people do, and even when they're doing 100, 300K a month or more, is they'll drive traffic to their DMs and have like a fleet of setters in there. Okay, and some of these people, no joke, are working through like a couple hundred DMs a day. And I tell them, I'm like, all right, let's say you're at 200K a month right now and we 5X that to hit $1 million gross. Yes, if you're leveraging tech, 100%. And that's a great example of what I mean. Essentially, the point I'm trying to make is generally we can come in and amplify something. Sometimes, like in your example, we have to come in and like add a tech component, or we have to like scrap whatever there, do a whole new funnel and like wait a couple weeks or a month or so to get them to adapt. And then we could start the amplification process. But like the main name of the game, dude, is like, let's get to the amplification point. So simply put, sometimes it's we have to come in and create a new funnel. Sometimes it's as simple as we need to amplify what they already got going. Sometimes we need to add to what they're already doing and then amplify. Sometimes, dude, I had this client, they just did 1.25 last month. And to be clear, this month they'll do more. I don't know how much. We're in the middle of the month, you know. But to be clear, got this client in July. The advertiser that they had before me, they were using a call funnel. And this is a very common funnel to hit $1 million months.
An inbound call funnel or
inbound call funnel, to be clear. So like VSL on the first page, application that qualifies people, sends the qualified people to schedule. That then goes onto the closers' calendars. We'll hammer the out of people in between the calls with content and emails, try to warm them up as much as we can and create layup deals for the closers, okay? Our favorite funnel strategies when we're talking $1 million months, especially with anything high ticket. But to be clear, okay, this guy in this example, we'll optimize in that kind of campaign from an advertising perspective, to get a little technical, for qualified people who hit the confirmation page after booking. We'll use a standard event like schedule or something like that as an example. To be clear, the people who then get sent back to that pixel are qualified people who booked a call, which is who we want the pixel to go after next. That's who we want the algo to focus on. This advertiser that I'm talking about that was doing a shit job before us coming in was optimizing for the qualified and unqualified applicants, not even scheduled calls. There were more unqualified people than qualified people, and 100% of those folks were getting sent back to the pixel. It was also a custom conversion that was being used. Super pro tip, if you're an advertiser listening to this, custom conversions, you have a lower probability to get the people that you want because that's only data that's isolated to your business only. When you leverage standard events can be used by all advertisers. They have more data per user on who's taken those specific actions in the past. So you naturally increase your probability to get a better conversion and lower cost per conversion when you optimize based on a standard event, especially for a qualified standard event for whatever that is for your business. Point is, just coming in and being like, what the is this guy optimizing the campaign for unqualified and qualified applicants for? Dude, their cost per qualified call was like $400. We get the cost per qualified call. They had 3 levels of qualified, okay? Unqualified, slightly qualified, and what they called an action taker. Okay. Bro, we had the highest qualified. The action takers, we got the cost per qualified action taker call to $40-something. Okay, and we were spending money. We were spending like $150K within that first month on just that funnel. Dude, point is like, what do you think that does for the revenue right away? Just having such a simple change. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Like, I can't amplify what that guy's doing. I got to like tweak it a little bit. That's an example of a tweak. Then I can amplify the fuck out of it.